And here's what I think the problem is. This is the front differential. And I can turn the drive shaft, but I'm not getting any power going out to the front there on a proportional scale. So either I stripped the inside gear, or I think I actually broke one of these output drive cups, and that'll be easy enough to swap. Oh, I gotta take the whole front end apart. But this thing is a beautiful electric beast. You can see it's got a little bit of a dingle-dangle there. That's okay. We've dropped the drive shaft just so we can get access to the front pinion shaft that's coming out. This thing is enormous. It is, well, let me put this into perspective. I'm 5'10". There you go. Standard unit of measurement. I got my breaker bar here for the tires. I got a 24 socket in here somewhere. Yo, baby. That's wheelie nuts. Shut up. Just gotta crack it open. Like that. Now, a close inspection. Big shout out to my buddy Bradley Boom for making me these custom steering links. I got the cicadas in the background here making a chirping noise. This might look really dirty to you, but actually what you're seeing here is motorcycle wax, chain lube. I'm just going to go ahead and give these a new shot anyway. And the reason why I put the motorcycle wax on there for a lubricant a long time ago was to get it pre-ready for the water that I was going to be getting this machine to go into. Even though it's electric, I do have it waterproofed, so I could do proper off-roading in my back creek area. Now, I've never actually taken this front axle apart before, so this is going to be a new experience. I'll grab the number 8 here and just kind of back it off. In addition to removing this nut and bolt right here to remove the front shock, because normally it just comes with single shocks, but I upgraded to dual. I'm going to remove the steering link here just so I have more access to get to this. I love when they just kind of come right out. That's the bonus of not over thread locking. Helps removal. As a hint or a tip when working on any of these screws on the Primal RC Raminator, if you sense that you're like stripping one of the heads out of the screws, change that screw the first time you feel it, right? Because you're always gonna, especially in the servo area, they always get wet. And if you haven't lubricated it because you're worried about the screw falling out, you know, you may have to remove the servo once in a while. Like, we know the servos are notorious to burn out because there's a lot of power there. That one can get out of the way. Horns go up. The shock mount. And now just one shock is holding it in place. That's cool. There's the second hanger in there behind the bolt, of course. And it was only at that moment when he realized that the lower suspension link hanger was also a part of the suspension hanger, and that too was going to need to be removed. And then at that moment he realized there's only screws on one side. Interesting. Maybe I undid one side and I didn't need to, question mark. That gives me more room to work. Right in the middle. So this whole section has to come off since it splits right in the middle. Yeah. There is a bearing there that is completely blown out. That's alright, I'll be able to fix that. Yeah, there's the ring for the bearing right there. It blew apart. Well, I have beat the crap out of this machine. What a frickin' beast. So here we go, inside pinion for the front axle. I'm going to undo here. Probably going to undo here and here, just to be sure. And I hate to give bad news, but for those who are wondering about these are actually one-offs that were made for me. He wasn't in production or anything. He's like, just let me machine you some steel links that'll last longer, because he saw I was having trouble even with the upgraded sets. But these have never failed me. Alright, so it's been pretty straightforward. It's just very awkward to work with, and you'd ask, why didn't you remove the lower suspension links and stuff? And you'd be right on point, because I pretty much had to remove everything else here. But let's go ahead and just give this a wiggle, because it's pretty much ready to crack open. There we go. Yeah, I kind of figured it was going to be all disgusting, but what do we expect when we're going in water? When we open the full-size ones, they are also quite disgusting, but upon full inspection I see that the grease was doing a great job. Yeah, something going on there. Yeah, I'm turning it, but I don't have any output drive or pinion turning going on there. Just creek water. Okay, here's something else to note. This is a problem that they've known about for a while, the community. You'll notice here on my diff cup that well, not on the cup, but on the spool gear, that the screw was coming out and backing against. So that definitely was causing resistance, which would have caused the gears on the inside to kind of bind up. And I imagine if I wipe this side out, yeah, it's just got a whole bunch of scraping on the inside from where that screw was pushing against it. So not a big deal, not a big deal. I can clean this up. It's just like a nubbin. It's a nipple, sir. Come on, you son of a... Oh yeah, baby. There it is. Look at this. Caked in mud. This is a note to myself. I don't know if anybody else has done a trail truck conversion of one of these, and you guys are always like, lock the differentials on here. But the reason I don't is because this wasn't intended to be a powerful off-road truck that has locked differentials. In fact, I'm pretty sure what had happened was I hit the rock. I have an overpowered 800 kV motor on the inside, and it basically stripped the output drive shaft. But with that screw hitting the outside of the housing, that would have really put a lot of pressure onto it and busted it. So that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and fix it, spray everything, clean everything up, and come back in the next episode to assemble this with you. Guys, what do you think? Do I earn a like click today for working on a monster truck like this? Absolutely a behemoth. If you like what you see, click the subscribe button. If you want to become notified of the next episode when we put this back together and eventually go back out on the trail with it, hit that bell and become notified of all the new upcoming videos. And geez, what do I call this episode? The episode of, God damn it, man, put on a shirt.